one and all, to another exciting season of Dimension 20 side quests, presenting Tiny Heist. My name is Brennan Mulligan. I'm your humble dungeon master. Introducing our wonderful guest that will be playing with us this season, we have Justin McElroy.
Who are you talking to?
The audience at home.
Oh my God, they're filming. Hi, I'm Justin McElroy. It's a fourth wall thing. Okay.
Clint McElroy.
Hi.
Jessica Ross.
Hello.
Lily Dew.
Hello.
Griffin McElroy. And Travis McElroy. Well, we're so excited to have you guys. Thanks for coming. We're gonna play a very fun game today. We're gonna begin our next side quest, Tiny Heist. A world of big crimes and small people. It is a beautiful late summer day, the final days of August in the heartland of America. And this is Thimble Lane, which ends in a cul-de-sac. Thimble Lane has a bunch of sweet little houses on it. At the sort of mouth of Thimble Lane, we see a big community swimming pool and the teen center's over there. And we come down to number 4, Thimble Lane, where we see a very sweet little boy. He's about 6 years old. He's wearing a little blanket as a cape, and he's got his pajamas on. He's been wearing the same set of pajamas all summer and never changing into regular clothes because it's summer. Why the hell wouldn't you? They get washed.
Okay, thank you for throwing that in.
Hour.
We had a hygiene issue going.
He's never changed his clothes.
We see him running a rumpus through the house and bouncing off of couches. You see he's got some snacks ready and he's got some toys and he's running around. He goes and knocks on the door of his older brother, Max, who's a teenager. Max's room is filthy, just piled high with stuff everywhere. He goes, Max, you wanna come out and play? Leave me alone. Max cranks the music up. See that Dylan runs downstairs and tries to bug his mom. His mom is on the phone. She goes, Dylan, I don't have time for it right now. You gotta head outside, go play in the yard with your brother. He scoots up, bugging her some more, like coming up on the counter to get some snacks. She's on the phone call with the school going, listen, Dylan has a deathly peanut allergy. And if so much as a single peanut makes its way in any kid's lunchbox this year, he's toast. You see that Dylan sort of grabs some Ritz crackers and some cheese and he runs outside where we see, a little tent in the backyard out by an old tree, the birdhouse, garden shed off to the side. He yells back into the house. He goes, okay, but you're all missing it. I know there's little people living in the house and out in the yard. They're out there, I seen them. They run around behind the bookshelf and they have like a salt shaker cap as a backpack, acorn.
It's pretty cute. Everything you're doing right now, love it.
Very cute.
He puts a little plate of some crumbs outside of his little tent, that's sort of a little pitched canvas tent in the backyard, and he says, I know there's little people out here somewhere, and there's bugs and fairies, and my toys will help me find them too. But Dylan was more right than he could know, for Thimble Lane was full of BITTYFOLK. Tiny little 1-inch tall people who lived in the walls and in the yard and beyond. Fairies as well, and mice and bugs and talking toys. A little world that I'm afraid might be less whimsical than a child would first imagine. We're gonna start here in the backyard with Griffin. As the shadows lengthen and night finally descends on the neighborhood, the chorus of crickets and spring peepers out in the creek begin to sort of make this ruckus of sleepy nighttime noises. And a character stalks through the grass. And when I say stalks through the grass, I mean well and truly through the grass, hidden underneath the lawn.
Where are you?
It is foraging time out here in the yard. Griffin, could you please describe your character for us?
I am playing a BITTYFOLK, I believe is the name of it. I don't know, I don't want to spoil anything.
No, go for it, take it away.
His name is Bean, not the Rowan Atkinson character, although now that I've said that, we probably do have to pay Mr. Atkinson a certain amount of money.
Yes.
And
well, that'll pay back for me watching Johnny English strikes again.
Yeah, sure.
That will never pay back, Dad.
That will, yes, that's time
You'll
you're
never
gonna
get that time back.
And he is an outdoors BITTYFOLK.
Absolutely. He is a member of a tribe of moochers, little 1-inch tall people that live outside in the yard. Unlike the much wealthier and more well-to-do stewards, who are the tiny little 1-inch folk who live inside the house. What does Bean look like?
Kind of a younger dude. He, for reasons that will probably be revealed in just a moment, wears mostly natural organic stuff, not like hemp, but like a banana sort of peel part as a robe. And he is probably younger guy. I don't know the life expectancy of BITTYFOLK.
3 days.
But for the outdoors ones, I imagine it's not much
Twisted.
more than that because of, birds and stuff. Yeah.
But in human years, he would be like a late teenage. He's like a younger kind of guy.
Yeah, younger. Yeah.
Bean, you are stalking through the yard. Your tribe of moochers, the Heapers, who have for a couple generations now been living in this compost heap in the backyard of number 4, have had their whole world turned upside down. The watermelon temple where you trained was destroyed, the mulch lifted up out of the compost heap, tossed to the winds, and now it takes everything in your power just to get enough food to feed yourself and your community. Near the yellow canvas tent, you see up on a small little kind of fern coming out from under the shade of one of the larger trees that there are a number of enormous crumbs of Ritz cracker waiting on top of the fern.
Mouth-watering.
It's my weakness. You can put so much stuff on those crumbs.
What does Bean do as he approaches? You are out in like the full open yard, which is much more dangerous than the hiding places that you would normally be.
I think we established Bean when we were like building him that this was a thing that he did even before the heap got kind of uprooted. So I don't think he's gonna just rush right in there. I think he's being very cautious, also because he suspects that there's probably some other things nearby who know about these crumbs, and he doesn't necessarily want to get into a scuffle with a big, dung beetle or something like that.
Of course.
So yeah, I think he's probably playing it pretty safe. Cool, calm approach. Just looking around, making sure maybe that he hears the sounds of kids snoring or something like that, so he doesn't get picked up and eaten by the child. Yes.
You hear some light snoring, actually some pretty heavy snoring coming from inside the canvas tent.
Okay.
So it seems like things are okay for the moment.
Okay. Well, I jump 100 feet up into the air and just do a cool spin kick on nothing and try to approach the crumbs.
Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check if you'd be so kind.
Okay. This character's broken. We worked on it together, so I can't take full credit for it. That's a 3. But my acrobatics is 9, so that's a 12.
Wild. So there's not a lot of pressure to do anything incredible here, because to your knowledge, you're not being watched. So underneath the star and moonlight in the backyard, you sit waiting for what feels like hours, and then land perfectly silently on the fern and see these big old crumbs there. Go ahead and give me a perception check if you'd be so kind.
Okay, I'm okay at that. That is a 14.
A 14.
That's okay. We're new here playing with you as a DM. I don't know what the little laugh after the roll means
Good,
yet.
we're having a fun time with the
Okay.
game.
We don't know
And
either.
thus ends
It always
Bean.
meant bad stuff when we played.
And that's, anyways, moving on to the next character. That's a series wrap on Griffin McElroys.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Book an early flight home.
Cool. So some of these crumbs are pretty hefty in size, but I imagine have like a little satchel or some kind of duffel bag that you can carry these in.
Yeah. Can I smash them apart?
You absolutely can.
I probably can. I'm playing a monk, and so he probably has crumb smashing abilities.
You begin to crush the crumbs into a fine, more transportable crumb powder that your people can then turn into bread and other various moocher
It
delicacies.
seems a little redundant. It's already Ritz crackers. You don't have to.
Yeah, but you break it down into the powder, and then you water it, and then you bake it again.
Okay.
Twice baked. As you are shoveling the dust into your bag, you feel a sudden sense of danger. Larger than your entire body, an eye opens right next to you, like a giant behemoth. And you see hidden in a little like kids like camo army man poncho, you see the face of the little 6-year-old human staring at you. And you see he goes, I knew you were real.
Opportunity attack, Griffin. You can take it out right now.
Blind this
And
child.
this kid.
I take a
Blind.
peanut and stab it into his eye. I'm a hero to the...
The giant has been felled.
You see that the kid looks at you down there, and this moment of like the utter enormity of this child who towers above you. You see the kid looks down at you and says, do you want more than just crumbs?
I don't know if he can hear me, but I yell, hell yeah, man!
Glad you didn't kill that child.
You see that he gets up, rushes over into the tent. Watching something this big move this fast is kind of goofy to you. It looks crazy. And he comes back with a little sleeve of about like 5 Ritz crackers left. And he reaches in and says, how many is okay for you to carry?
Probably just one more. I'm still just pretty little. I can punch him apart. Can he understand me?
He can actually understand you. He seems to be able to understand you. Most humans wouldn't be able to hear your voice, but you're probably guessing that this is a very young human.
Right.
With a child's wonder.
With a child's wonder, anything is possible. But also, it's hard to tell because it's sort of the difference between looking at like a 30-story skyscraper and a 60-story skyscraper.
Yeah.
It's all kind of, it's like, it's enormous. But because this thing's understanding you, you're like, oh, this must be a kid. This must be a child.
I actually yell, if you can just frisbee toss those over at the compost heap, it would actually save me a whole lot of trouble, if you don't mind.
Okay, do you want a wide?
Yeah.
He holds a little finger out to you.
Yeah, I'm gonna get up on that finger.
He puts you up on his shoulder and hands you a Ritz cracker, which for you, you have to hold it about this big. And he goes, I figure you'll be hungry because you probably can't get to the store.
Yeah, I mean, there's a store, but it's in a trash can. That's where we mostly go.
What? You got a store in a trash can?
Yeah, it's the wares are not really anything to write home about. It's mostly trash-based.
You're really giving away the whole world to this kid.
Yeah.
He gave me a Ritzky, seems like a good child.
You see, he goes, wow, okay, well, I can go to the kitchen and throw out a bunch of, like, fruit roll-ups and...
What's a fruit roll-up? How do you roll up a fruit?
God, I don't know. I guess you smash it real flat and then you roll it up.
You're giving this kid an existential crisis. These questions are too big for his small brain.
When he hears him talking about smashed up fruit, I imagine Bean gets a little bit more scared of this big child. I imagine that, like, Gallagher is Bean's worst enemy.
He brings you back over to the mostly destroyed and mulched up compost heap, and he puts up a finger and lets you back down on the ground. He has your Ritz cracker. He takes the other 4, takes a tiny nibble out of one, and then leaves the rest on the grass near the compost heap. And he says, maybe if you have time to come back later, I'll get some friends. He looks at you and says, are you all weird? Do you guys go on little adventures and you're all nice to each other?
Oh, the last part, definitely no. But we do go on adventures, mostly avoiding birds and spiders and rain. Ooh, rain's real bad. Yeah, I think that you'd call that adventures.
Oh, that sounds really scary.
Yeah, I mean, it's not, the world's not necessarily made for us. My home kind of got scooped up a little bit ago, so that's about the shape of things.
When my dad took the compost out?
Oh, that was your dad.
Oh no! It starts crying.
Oh, no, yeah.
Just tears streak down his face.
Huge tears.
Fat
Just like,
drop.
Gigantic, dangerous tears.
nobody stop.
He looks down and says, well, I'll make sure that we throw out better food and we never take the compost again. I'm sorry.
I mean, you should eat too. Just enough for us to get by would be great.
He looks at you and says, also, if you do event shows, one of my toys went missing. I can't find it. One of my Carmobots.
One of your what now?
My Carmobot, a Carmobot, is a robot that changed into a car.
Oh yeah. I think it's cyborgs in disguise is the catchphrase for those. Yes, I've heard of them.
Yeah, the Carmobot went missing. I don't remember which one. It was probably a pretty old one, but it's gone.
Yeah, I'm mostly out there just picking up the shattered remains of my community that your father exploded, but I'll keep an eye out for your transforming toy. I mean, your shape-shifting
Thank you.
He says, okay, I'm Dylan.
I'm Bean. You're not gonna, like, smash us or anything, right? I don't know if I should actually be talking to you about this stuff. I'm getting some weird looks from around the table.
So he says, I promise I won't smash you, but just make sure, maybe you could wear like a little hat with a light on it or something so I know where you are. Because I sometimes don't always look where I walk.
I'll get right on that. I'll make sure to get a light hat and yeah, keep an eye out, because I'll keep a light on for you.
Just came up with that, not referencing nothing.
Not referencing anything.
Okay, bye, Mr. Bean. And you see,
No, don't.
don't
please,
go there.
please, Mr. Bean was my father.
he runs away. We cut over to a much darker area with no starlight at all. We are in a muck-covered shelf underneath the storm drain out by the curb. This place is cool and damp, and a mist rises up. The edge of the almost dock-like edge of the shelf, the sound of deep, cold water running underneath echoes throughout. And we see not one, but two Carmobots. One of them, an old, grizzled-looking dump truck-esque Carmobot.
He said dump truck ass.
He jumps like a truck.
Fucking
Yeah,
making it clap. Just huge, dummy thick.
badass.
Yeah.
Dumps like a truck.
Truck.
And
You know
we're
what?
like, what?
Yeah,
What?
honestly, canon. So this dummy thick dump truck Carmobot, but like old and grizzled, a big underbite kind of jaw, is looking down at another Carmobot. Travis, could you please describe your character for us?
Yeah, so my character is a guy named Cargo Jones. And Cargo Jones, when in car form, is like a wood-sided, like 1970s station wagon. And then when he is, then he's in automaton form, in robot form, more shaped like, human kind of shape, but still with the wood paneling, like kind of a cream and gold style overall color. And he is an older style toy. How much do you want to know about him? You want to know his hopes and dreams, his loves, his hates?
Is it on the character sheet? Because if not, were we supposed to fill that out? Because Bean has no ideals, but he also has no flaws.
This is a shell of a man.
Yeah.
I trust that we will come to know your ideals and flaws don't live on a page. They live in your actions and deeds.
Damn.
Okay.
Whoa,
All
wait
right,
a minute.
Brennan.
Well, I live in
Let's
that.
go there.
Okay. That.
Well, you can tell us what you look like, and if you want to share anything that we should know about Cargo, you're welcome to, but also you don't have to. You can keep it.
Well, I would say the only other thing to know is that he's, a toy, but has been with the family for a while.
An old Carmobot.
Yeah.
You see Charger looks over at you and goes, well, you must have been pretty worried to have you come meet all the way out here in the storm drain, pal. What's chapping your bumper so much that you didn't want to meet in the house?
there is unrest in the house. I do not trust what is happening there.
Look, Cargo, you've been with the family a long time. You were Max's toy before you were Dylan's. This whole straight and narrow stick, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm full of garbage, but it's no way to stay around, friend. You gotta be careful. You're asking questions about all kinds of things. You know, even for someone made out of hard plastic like yourself, there's not much sense in getting your headlights into FELIX'S business.
What are you saying, Charger? There's a risk to the child, to both children. We have to stand against Felix.
Look, all I know is this. You want to talk about what's happened to the house, why all the toys are marching to the beat of Felix's drum. That's your business. You don't gotta like the guy. When you start asking questions about a roll of quarters going missing, that's serious money, Cargo. Whole roll of quarters can make a whole lot of difference. Felix got his hands on them. I'd say it's best for you to keep your eyes down. You understand?
What are you saying?
He looks off into the distance. You hear the approach of vehicles being powered by fairy dust. Toy cars screech around the corner, and you see BITTYFOLK dressed in the stylish suits that mark them as stewards, BITTYFOLK from inside the house, along with like bug and mice, sort of like goons, like hired muscle, and at the head of them, Felix Flick, with his sort of deadbeat brother, Marty Flick, right behind him.
Just write that.
Felix Flick is clean shaven, has this little long, like shoulder-length coif of blonde hair, suit. Marty is the same, but his hair is like a little bit more flaxen and like sort of like against the side of his head, and he's got a big sort of mustache that like comes out and goes all the way down in two sort of spokes, but doesn't connect at the chin.
The worst part.
You see, there's also one other character stepping out in the crew of Muscle with Felix Flick, and that's our friend Boomer. Clint, could you please describe Boomer for us?
Yeah, Boomer is a Hercules beetle. Boomer Coleoptera is his name. He works for Felix Flick. He's the muscle. He just does it for the money. I mean, he's basically a pretty decent insect, and has big dreams. Big dreams that aren't necessarily in the thumping people's gourds category. He fancies himself as an actor. He thinks he's got a legitimate future on the stage. Now, the main stage that he knows about is an abandoned puppet theater that is in the backyard. But that's what kind of motivates him, and he's a great big physical presence. Got the gigantic Hercules beetle horn sticking out of his head, and he's dressed like a thug. He's not dressed nicely like the other ones. He's got like the black leather jacket,
Almost
and,
like a thug costume.
a thug, yeah, and a pork pie hat with his horn sticking through it, and yeah, he's a big. At first glance, is very menacing, very scary looking, but inside he's just like a big bowl of warm Jell-O.
Gross.
That might be true.
Actually,
I don't know much about bug insides.
I'm not much of an entomologist, but he may be Jell-O inside.
Boomer, as you get out of the car with the rest of the sort of goon squad here, you see sitting in the back seat, absolutely distraught, is a sort of silvery music box figurine. Her name is Minetta. She is someone that you've known for a long time, a pal of yours. She's a real good egg. is a kind of like a Felix has his eyes on her, and she's a good influence in terms of tempering some of the worst stuff he's tried to do. Something you know that none of the other members of your gang here would know is that Minetta has a deep and profound fondness in her heart for Cargo, and has for some time.
Oh, damn.
Does Cargo see her in the car, or is she obscured?
Make a perception check for me.
13 plus 1, so 14 total.
Yeah, it's so fast that you almost could miss it, but you see a flash of silver as the door opens, and you think she's in the back of the car. Yeah, Boomer, you see as you're sort of about to step out, she is like just 1,000-yard stare, looking straight ahead, terrified of what's about to happen.
Cool.
So the other question I have, so at this point, and we can, I guess, because this is role-playing, decide now, is since if Boomer knows that about Minetta, does Cargo know Boomer? Do we know each other previous to this moment?
I think they probably would have crossed paths before. Probably in a negative way. I think maybe Boomer is the one that had to take some kind of action against Cargo.
I think there's been a couple instances where you've been like snooping around and Boomer's had to like put a big old bug claw in your chest to like keep you out of snooping into some business. But you would also know for a fact that Cargo is like an honest guy.
Right.
As you step out, you see that Felix goes, "Well, Mr. Jones, happy to find you here." He looks over to Marty and says, "Marty, why don't you see that Mr. Charger collects his payment?" You see that Charger lowers his head. Marty, Marty looks around, and you see he goes, "Huh? I don't have. Was that on me? Was that on me to bring that?" You see, Felix goes, "Okay. Speed, you got it." You see that a bright red, like souped-up Maserati-esque Karma bot says, "Yeah, I got it, boss." And you
Speed.
Speed. How's it going, you old Woodside piece of shit?
How could you do this to Dylan, Speed?
How could I do it to Dylan? Kids come and go. This guy's here to stay. I know what side of the bread my butter's on.
Cargo lunges at Speed.
give me
Giant bread and giant butter.
So Cargo's weapon is actually a tailpipe rapier that's coming basically when he transforms out of his wrist.
Go ahead and take a swing.
That's a 16 plus, 16 I think plus
It has it
something.
right here.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
Plus 4.
Yeah,
Oh yeah,
plus
that
4,
20 is definitely gonna hit. Go ahead and roll damage, add your sneak attack to it. You definitely get the jump on this dude.
And then sneak attack is an extra 2d6. Oh my goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so that's 4 plus a d8. That's 6, so 12 damage.
12 damage. You lunge forward, scrape, the paint comes off his plastic right over his eye. He goes, "My headlight!" You see, he screams, sort of stumbles back. He goes, you see Felix goes, "Knock it off. Boomer, tie him up."
Yeah, okay, whatever. Yeah, easy, everybody. Come on, settle down, settle down. Cargo, look, nothing personal. Just do what the guy said. Put the sticker away, please, and let me just, to reach a peaceable understanding here. But just let me, tie you up.
I thought you were better than this, Boomer.
No, listen, this is nothing personal.
I know you need the money, but
look,
you're better than this.
No, apparently I'm not. Look, listen, just back off a little bit, and just everything will be fine. Just I'll make sure nothing bad happens. There's innocent bystanders.
I'm gonna say Cargo transforms and tries to get out.
What does Boomer do as Cargo attempts this?
Well, I mean, he's got to do what he's told. He's got to follow orders. I think he would try to restrain him. I think he would grab him and in a way that would try to keep him from transforming, like under the armpits.
Go ahead and give me opposed athletics checks, the two of you.
Ooh. Okay.
You're
that's
going to
bad.
win.
Yeah, 5 plus 4, 9.
9. All right, let's see here.
Okay. Nat 20.
You've never been so tied up.
And I've never rolled a nat 20.
You see that, yeah, Boomer, it's not that hard. As he's transforming, he just opens up like a vent in his back. You transform, you just jam your bug claw and raise him up off the ground. And you're like trapped mid-transformation. You don't actually even need to tie him up because he's like mid-transformation as you've nabbed him. You like hoist him up off the ground. He's completely locked up. You see Felix walks over to you. You see that as he's walking, he goes, "Wow, attack one of my men and try to get away. What belongs to me is my business, and all the other toys in the house were smart enough to follow suit. Cargo. You know, there's a lot of ways for toys to come to life. They live in the house of a young child, they can come to life. If they get access to some fairy dust, they come to life. But there's one rule that I've found about toys, which is that they can't come to life if they don't have a face." And you see that one of the thugs behind you takes out a humongous cigarette lighter off the back of a car. You hear Minetta scream out as she leaps from the car. She says, "You promised you wouldn't hurt him!" And you see that he stops.
No laugh that time. Okay.
We're getting the pattern down.
Smile. His tells.
You see he looks over at Minetta, smiles, looks back at you, looks over at you, Boomer, nods. Lady gets what she wants. Boomer, toss him over the side and wish him a happy voyage. And you see that he and Marty turn to start walking away, and you see the ominous infinite ledge of the storm drain down to the sewer and the water underneath you.
Boomer. Boomer. Let me go. You'll never see me again.
You see,
Look, all right. Look, got it. Yeah, I got it, boss. I'll take care of him. Everything. Yeah, that's good. Have a good drive back. We'll just step over here. I don't want him to suffer. So I'm gonna go into the real dark part where it's real shadowy, because I don't want him to see what's coming. And
Boomer, you don't need to explain your whole plan to me.
No, I know,
You're
but it makes
deputized.
for good narrative flow, boss.
God, you gotta, listen, you have to stop reading whatever these books are that you're reading because narrative flow.
They're just laying there, and I can only do like a page a month because it's huge. I mean, it's
He's
so
still on the
size.
introduction.
So, I've got like copyright part that I've got done.
The title of the book is Narrative
Yeah.
Flow.
You see that Felix looks over at you, and you go ahead and make a deception roll for me. Or you can make persuasion if you would like as well, whichever roll you'd like
I
to
would
make.
like to help that.
You go ahead and take a help action. You can roll with advantage.
Thank God for that.
Yeah.
That's a 6.
And I'm saying this is like a whole oh, yeah, I'm terrified. Oh, Boomer's
Yeah,
a killer. Oh.
Right, look, you might come from a more honest place if you can think of something in your past that was really scary.
Like just now when there was a lighter in my
yeah.
face?
See, here's what
Okay,
you do.
I can
Think
use
about
that.
something from your past. This is what we do in acting.
Okay.
We bring these things out.
taking
Think of someone you're really scary and act like you're really. You got something that you can.
Yes.
What are you going to use?
The lighter in my face.
Lighter in your face. Okay, that's great. That's a 16 plus 3, so that's a 19.
Awesome. You see that Felix says, "Fine, yeah, whatever, do it. Just don't mine him for character specifics and just toss him."
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm tossing you now.
Make a perception check, both of you, for me, if you'd be so kind.
I got an 11.
Okay.
I got a 9 and a 2, so I got an 11.
11 as well. You guys look down. In the water, as it's going down, you see coming downstream what looks like a chunk of old wood from a tree that was getting pruned further up. And you see it floating just down in the middle of the stream as it approaches the ledge.
You know what? One of the things I was most scared of when I was a kid.
Okay, yeah, throw me on the wood now. Now throw me on the wood.
I went rafting. Okay,
Yes.
I went rafting.
Hey, you can't hear right now? Throw me on the wood.
See, yeah, Felix says, Boomer, toss him, and looks back at you and goes, says, Bon voyage, my friend. I look forward.
Bon voy. We can't use that, can we?
No, he tosses you. As you go up to the ledge to toss him, you see Felix moves away again, walking with Marty. As he's walking with Marty, he looks over, hands Marty a little like dossier, a little folded up thing, and you see he says, "Now, all right, listen to me, you fucking numbskull. Hold on to this and don't gamble it away at shoobies like you do everything else, you piece of shit." And you see he goes, "Brother, I got it, man. I'm not, I ain't got it. I tell you what, man, listen, and besides, after this week, those quarters move, well, we don't have any worries like this ever again." And he goes, "Shut the fuck up," and slaps him, and you sail off into darkness. Go ahead and give me either athletics or acrobatics. And I'll say that because Boomer sees the thing as well, you can make this roll with advantage.
It's nat 20.
Nat 20, my God! We are hot.
First fight we have, though, we're gonna be
Yeah,
dog
eat
shit.
shit.
No, I just stabbed a dude in the face. That was the first fight,
That's
and it was
true.
effective.
You see, the others are not looking. Boomer, you go to the edge. You see that Minetta looks out and makes eye contact with you. You wink at her. She holds a mouth thing, totally silent, like, and you sail and you flip through the air in darkness, surrounded by the damp cold. Bam! Hit and clutch to the spar of wood and take off down the storm drain, looking at Boomer's face down from the ledge as you sail off into
Hey,
darkness.
thanks for not being a jerk.
First time for everything.
Yeah.
We're gonna cut over to a hot spot, a fun, jazzy little dive in an old, abandoned, partially like mulched over birdhouse near a drainage ditch at the edge of the neighborhood. This is a little private card house that belongs to Ruthie the Shell, who is a no-nonsense snail who runs a private card game for high rollers. The
I just
bar-
want you to know, I desperately want to meet an all-nonsense snail now.
Hello, I'm the old nonsense.
Look at my slime trail.
Whoa!
There is an older moocher gambler who's sort of wearing a little white suit. He's got a thick mustache. This guy's name is Aglet, and he sort of speaks in a long southern drawl. And as well as Storm Drain Sonny, who's a very sort of nervous pill bug. Ruthie the Snail is here running the game. And in the private room at this beautiful little table, which is one of those old, like it's sort of a little felt cap that's on top of some toothpicks, very high class. We have two people here playing this game. We have Mr. Rick Diggins and Ms. Agnes in a game that is now entering its 10th hour. The stacks are high. Could you guys please go ahead, Justin, go ahead and describe your character for me.
Rick Diggins is a clicko man. Wink. Tell me where to wink. 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 Just to cover all the bases. It's a Lego, but it's a clicko.
What?
It's a clicko man. He's little and yellow, and he's got a head. You remember
Get it?
from the Clicko movie?
And everything is awesome.
And everything's very great.
Everything's very good.
Take your kids to Clicko Land.
He's a Clicko man, and he is, without getting too deep into it, has had a rough couple years.
Haven't we all?
And that, well, thank you. He's had a rough couple of years, and he's trying to rebuild his life, I guess you could say. He is a sort of master of disguise, like all Clicko men. He has different identities that he can adopt based on whatever ensemble he is wearing, and that's very much his sort of focus, is blending in, because Rick Diggins, the man, is a shell. And he's completely broken. But he is blending in perfectly right now. This is his character, Rick Diggins, man about town.
So I assume that you are in your tuxedo.
He's in his tuxedo outfit, and he is.
Is it an outfit or is it a painted torso that you
It's a painted torso, yes.
switch? Okay.
And I think a hat, if my memory serves.
I don't know what the laws of living toys are like in this game, but when you switch your torso out,
switches his
how does
head
that?
over.
Do you need somebody to help you with that?
It's
or-
a very like that old philosophy thing of like, how many planks of wood do you replace in the ship before it's not the same
exactly.
ship
You
anymore?
do it really fast, like
Still me.
You need a spotter just standing by, like, if I miss my body, please help me.
Wonderful. Jess, can you describe Agnes for us?
Yes, Agnes is a sassy older fairy who loves hanging out at the casino. She's a bit no-nonsense herself. You can usually find her at a slot machine smoking a cigarette, but today she's at the high rollers table.
No, I assume you
smoke
mean,
a
like, yeah, I was gonna say, like, a scaled
cigarette
down
would be
cigarette.
She has found one giant cigarette that she keeps in her hotel room. And then she snips it off and creates her own little mini ones. And
good.
she's perpetually smoking.
So strong.
I thought you just had it
Close?
up on like car jacks and you light it and run to the other end real quick and just and then go and put it out real fast.
Spin-off series.
If you gentlemen will excuse me.
Where is that scene in Honey, I Shrunk the Kids where the kids are like, oh, nice. Do you guys want to smoke for the
You
first time?
making smaller cigarettes for yourself still means the paper is like that thick. So it's like you have to pull so hard.
Yeah,
I
it's a
love-
bit like a cigar. It's
I
pretty
love
big.
it. You guys are having a drink as Ruthie shuffles up. Ruthie's not dealing herself in right now. She's just dealing the cards out to everybody else. You see that Aglet looks over at you and goes, my, Miss Agnes, you look about as pretty as a summer evening.
Why don't you keep your eyes on your own card, all right? Yeah?
Oh, forgive me. I just thought the lady maybe would like to hear something she hasn't heard in a while.
If I need a compliment, I'll look in the mirror, okay?
You see, he goes, very well, I thought this was a friendly game, but I see that I am mistaken. Mr. Diggins!
Yes.
You've been awful quiet.
Yes.
You see, he says, why not before the end we make this wager a little bit more interesting?
Okay.
You see, he goes, tell me something. I don't know many toys myself personally, but it seems something unusual that you are not in the possession of a child. Tell me, what is the life of a toy like living without the love of a young one?
That is an extremely personal question for cards and gambling. But I'm Rick Diggins, man about town, and I don't mind disclosing to you everything that's happened to me. You see, Rick Diggins, that's me. I was lost in a car seat for 2 years.
You see, it's around.
My last family sold their car to this new family, and I was lost under the car seat for 2 years. And for 2 years, I lived in a sort of twilight. The children didn't know I was there, so I couldn't fully come to life, but because of their presence, I was half alive for 2 years. In the darkness? Yeah. But this happens, right? This is life. Anyway, now I'm just a card-loving gentleman. Because of my torso, let's play some cards.
Oh, man. This toy needs therapy.
You see that Ruthie goes, I think we can probably keep the chatter less, minimum chatter.
You're bumming us all out.
Russian snail.
What I'd like you guys to do is make a gambling proficiency check for me on this next hand
yeah.
of cards.
We don't have that. They do.
Cool, a 1 plus a 7. I got an 8.
And gambling should be, I think, your proficiency plus your charisma modifier.
Oh, okay, great. Then I rolled a 14 plus 4, so 18.
You get.
Do I get a proficiency bonus as well?
You do get your proficiency bonus on that as well.
Okay, 20.
Yeah. You get a solid 20, dirty 20. You have you just get 2/7 offsuit. You just get a dog's breakfast of a hand. You see that Aglet and Stormdrain Sunny, the pill bug, are both like completely shaken by your monologue. You grab a 10 king suited, both hearts.
Wow, great. Good.
Flop comes down, 3 hearts in a row.
Love it.
You see that Aglet looks over at you and says, "That is a troubling story, Mr. Diggins. I apologize for the trauma you have received. We want to make this hand a little bit interesting, and I know something might be up your alley. What say for that fine tuxedo you're wearing, we wager something a little bit more valuable than money?" And you see he puts a twinkling bag of fairy dust on the center of the table.
That's your body. You're wagering.
My tuxedo is my body. But I have others.
That is alarming. I don't like to hear that one bit, sir. Help. You see that Ruthie says, "Rick, do you call, or do you fold, or do you raise?"
Yo, I will call. Yes, I have a lot of bodies.
You call. Agnes, you're seeing a bag of fairy dust this moocher has. You have long since passed the point where you can produce a significant quantity of fairy dust past what it takes for you to be able to fly. But you do see this bag of fairy dust right here. So you see this guy has some connection to the fairies over at Shoebies or something like that. You guys get all the way to the river. Comes up a club, a spade. He throws down his cards. You look, he says, "2 pair." And your flush hits the table and his eyes widen. And Ruthie says, "And goes to Mr. Diggins. Congratulations, Rick."
It's extremely good news. Without this, I'll die.
Oh my God.
I'm feeling much better now.
Your whole mouth is just sparkling. Just
Gotta get this to AA.
You see that Ruthie has to stop. You usually hear a little bit of a ruckus downstairs. You look downstairs and see some bugs with like the sleeves rolled up on their suits are causing some trouble down in the bar area. These look kind of like they're part of Garbanzo BUGLASS's gang.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great name. I just gotta live in that name for a minute.
I got ASMR when you said those
Garbanzo.
words together.
Bugless?
Like Douglas, but he's a bug. So his name
yes,
is
yeah.
Yes.
The name is Garbanzo BUGLASS, and he is a more common variety of beetle. He's not a Hercules beetle, but he kind of runs a big community of gangs. And he's also like a nightlife promoter guy. He's got like a big burlesque and trash city, and he has kind of like a lot of fronts. His guys are causing a bit of trouble downstairs, it looks like. Rick, you owe Garbanzo BUGLASS a truly titanic amount of money. So this is getting a little bit hot in here for you. And Ruthie goes to deal with it, so the dealer has walked away from the table.
Does Rick Diggles, man about town, sorry, I said Rick Diggins. Rick Diggins, man about town, owe him a lot of money?
Go ahead and make me just a flat intelligence check.
Not great. It's a 5 plus 3.
That's 5 plus
8.
3, that's 8.
That's 8, folks.
You run through, you know that 4 of your 5 bodies owe Garbanzo BUGLASS a tremendous amount of money. And
my God.
it is a Russian roulette situation where you cannot for the life of you remember the body that doesn't owe him, that doesn't owe him money.
Has he seen me? Has he made me already?
He has not made you.
Okay.
as you are like finger tapping, you see that there's a little mouse kid who's got like a sewing pin on his back and a little like traveler's backpack. He's like a little scrappy mouse guy named Scoot. You see Scoot runs in. Agnes, you know Scoot for a long time. Scoot is a kid that like runs errands for you. You have a lot of like business. You know, you like have art that comes into and out of your penthouse. You have, you know, you don't want to be shopping for your own groceries and stuff like that. You see that Scoot runs in, and he goes, "Hi, Miss Agnes?"
Yeah, how you doing, sweetheart? What's up?
First, I got another replacement cigarette for you.
Oh, thank you, sweetie.
I see he hands it to you, and he does like that. He says,
Could I have one of the drops of whiskey down at the bar down there?
Sure.
you see, he says,
This place is crazy. There's a guy down in the sewer drain. There's like out in the drainage ditch. There's a guy who's like dying. He's like trapped under a rock or a branch or something.
Sweetie, thank you for bringing this to my attention. Why don't you treat yourself to 2 shots on me, all right?
you see, he flick the thing. He goes, You're like a fairy godmother, but instead of just like quarters or whatever, it's like alcohol and drugs and crimes.
Never forget it, sweetie.
You see, he like skips up into the air and rushes away.
That kid's getting drunk.
You see that the bar, just because of like the surface tension, the cups are just these little like tiny ball-bearing-esque metal things that hold perfect globes of whiskey on top of them that just are like sitting there like droplets that kind of can't go anywhere. And you see he goes and they sort of, people like make little kisses and like suck through the surface tension to
This
drink
is
the whiskey.
ASMR. Okay.
So Agnes, he's just told you about this guy outside, and Rick, you're looking to sort of beat feet. What does Rick do?
Do I have an exit that wouldn't put me past Garbanzo?
Actually, Agnes, you probably would know that there's a back staircase from the high rollers room. So you see Agnes heading over to a nice shadowy escape that's not going to have any of the lights on the front of the building.
Okay, I'm gonna head over with Agnes, and sort of follow her and just say, you know, like, hey, I need to leave. I need to leave. Is there a door? A secret one.
I don't know why this is funny, but yes, you can come with me.
Perfect. Oh, thank you so much.
I'll show you the way out, but you gotta help me out with something.
Yeah, anything you need.
All right, let's head on out.
You head down the staircase as you guys scoot off into the night together. You hear the ruckus downstairs. You hear Ruthie yelling at the thugs. And you get down to the water. The birdhouse is kind of like partially submerged in grass, like the dirt is kind of growing up around it, but it has one of those big concrete, you know, like something that like a human could fit in, storm drains. So to you, it's like, you know, looking at like the seashore. It's like this huge river coming out. And you see partially trapped under like a tree limb or a branch that has butted up against the bank is our friend Cargo Jones down by the waterside as you two approach.
I think when Agnes turns back to me to formulate a plan, Rick Diggins' man about town is gone. And now it's Rick Diggins, the supreme man. He's got a cape and a blue leotard and red underwear over it. And he's Rick Diggins, the supreme man. He's a superhero.
Incredible. The
Yeah.
superhero walks along. I'm gonna roll a
That
1
might
in
be
5
trademarked.
chance. Yeah. No
Incredible.
trademarks.
Okay.
Everything's incredible.
Cargo, you see these two approaching. You recognize Rick Diggins, but you see these two approaching you at the waterside.
Rick?
Hello, it's me, Rick Diggins, the supreme man. Citizen, you seem to have found yourself in a little bit of a pickle.
Okay.
And he's just passed out.
This weird car, I owe everything to. He was the one that found me underneath the seat when the littles were moving in.
I remember the whole story, yes.
He found me and rescued me, so he's really the only being that I care about at all. And even that is very little. But I am Rick Diggins, the supreme man, and so I am honor-bound to protect him, if possible.
Two unopposable thoughts, just locked in claw.
These are your
hands.
R's.
Fairy dust. Fairy dust.
You need some fairy dust.
Does anyone have any fairy dust?
Do you have any left over? Or was
None.
it all up your nose?
It went right up my snoot. No, I didn't inhale all of it, but I am lying to say no, I did not. I don't have any. Who's got fairy dust? Someone, please.
I might have a little bit in my fanny pack.
What a relief.
You reach in, pull out a tiny bit of fairy dust. There is some left in your fanny pack.
Oh. Do you know Felix?
Felix? Yeah,
Felix.
the steward from the house?
Felix.
Yeah, everybody knows Felix.
We have to stop him. Get me free. I need to go kill him.
It seems a little bit extreme. Friend, have you considered some other alternatives to murder?
Get me free. Please. I have to save Dylan.
You've got it.
You click, clack, click, clack, click, clack.
I don't know what I'm doing. Milking a cylindrical cow.
Go ahead and give me just an athletics check.
Okay. 20. 20.
Are you serious? It's a
The
nat 20?
Supreme Man!
You see that you have taken so much fairy dust that you hit one of your little Lego hands and snap the twig in half. Blam! There's a bunch of fairy dust, and you see that the twig kind of fairy dust and floats off into the air.
He's so coked out, he feels no pain. He's like, yeah.
I like this idea that, and I don't know how you feel about it, I like the idea that with enough fairy dust, whatever like costume does have some sort of
Abilities.
Abilities, yeah.
100%.
So as Cargo's head is clearing, so this is now what we know about Cargo. So Cargo, as I mentioned earlier, was Max's toy before he was Dylan's, and I think he's like one of the few toys that kind of like made it through the hand-me-down process. I think maybe Max was a little rougher on his toys as he got older, and there weren't a lot left over to hand over to Dylan when he came of age. And so Cargo remembers Max went through a really heavy like detective phase. He was very into Thesaurus Green, Boy Detective. And so like every game that they played, and maybe Cargo was like more of a favorite of Max's. So like he was more involved in the Max playtime than Dylan's. And so there was a lot of like detective like adventures with Cargo.
Gotcha.
And so Cargo has held on to a lot of that. So he has mostly always come from the like kind of more like lawful good side of crime. But I think now like he's waking up, he's like, I need, Rick, I need your help. I need your help. We have to get back at Felix. We need to stop Felix.
The we.
And that's where we're gonna stop. And we're gonna move over. We are in a desolate, haunted, concrete nightmare underneath a desk in the teen center. Sparks alight from a tiny little machine as an enormous vehicle gets constructed, like a huge Mad Max-esque 18-wheeler made out of like a remote control car with parts of calculators and old tablets and pads, and we see welding away with a little like mask made out of a shard of sunglasses is our friend Ty-83. Lily, could you go ahead and describe Ty-83 for us?
Yeah, she goes by Ty. She's a little moocher, and she's one of the TIK-TEKs, which are these moochers that live in the technology drawer at the teen center. So it's where all the discarded technology and wires and cords and chargers get left behind and forgotten, and they get picked apart by these people. So they've kind of taught themselves technological things, and she has a little like watch battery on her back to juice up her stuff, and she has a little SIM card shield, and she's got a little like a little mouse nose, and she loves most of all she's been very sheltered, and she hasn't been allowed to leave the tech drawer that much, but she loves like explosives and blowing things up and using tech to start little explosions.
Ty's working on this vehicle over here. You see, like all TIK-TEKs, she has a little bit of a mouse-like nose, and you see an older TIK-TEK walks over to you. This is your leader, GYRO. She looks at you and goes, Ty, I just got the schematics for the vehicle. Look, we are making a supply train to help the Heapers. They lost their whole home, their community, everything. They don't need bombs.
Okay, but just in case they want to defend it this time.
Defend what? It's gone.
I'm just saying it self-destructs if they get caught. Isn't that cool?
No one needs a home that self-destructs. Do you understand the point?
Okay, so you want me to take some of the explosives off?
All 100% of the
I
explosives.
start taking off explosive from underneath and from behind it and from the front. There's a thing that you think is used when I open it. There's more explosives inside. There's so much. It's like mostly explosives.
You see that, yeah, the TIK-TEKs have basically, as an act of goodwill, have like made a bunch of little plastic homes for like the dispossessed Heapers to live in. And you start taking bombs off and she goes, good God, a chainsaw blade, a rocket launcher,
The fertilizer, very combustible. Did you know that?
I know that fertilizer is very combustible. We are scavengers. We get by not making a fuss. These weapons and gadgets that are designed for these enormous, dramatic changes, this is the kind of stuff that alerts stewards to our presence.
I just feel like we have all these tools and technology. We don't need to use it to just maintain our way of life. We can use it to make it better or have adventures.
Ty, the TIK-TEKs have been at the teen center for generations. There is not a lot of food here, but there is a lot of gadgetry and technology. There's computers in the office we can scavenge. We get by the skin of our teeth by not making a big show of things. Look, you took the bombs off. That was what I came to talk to you about. Let's get this stuff to the Heapers and just consider that the world out there, I know how much you want to see it. It's extremely dangerous. And things are already hard. We have barely enough food to feed ourselves. We can't give any to the...
We can get more food if we go out there.
Ty, the supply lines have been cut. We don't know why the trash has stopped collecting. It's gonna be a hard road to hoe, and I know that you're optimistic, and I know you got a lot of big ideas, but eventually you're gonna have to see where the rubber actually meets the road.
Fine.
Don't do that eye roll thing at me. Don't do that. Oh, are you? No. Hey. I was being a lot, and that's okay. I was being a lot, and I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay. Hey, you're gonna meet the Heapers for the first time. That's exciting.
Yeah.
Okay. Just no bombs. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
When you turn around, I put a little bomb under the
Go ahead and give me a stealth check, or actually sleight of hand.
Oh no. A 2, but plus 6, an 8.
You blow yourself up?
She rolled a nat 1, so you slap a bomb on there. You head up. How is Ty driving? This is your first time driving a TIK-TEK vehicle through the yard. You're seeing grass, human houses, and everything as your little convoy heads towards the Heapers.
Wow, this is incredible. I keep hitting the gas.
You hear there's like honking horns behind you. Ty, slow down! You breeze through. You see a bunch of like crickets jump out of the way, like, hey, watch it.
Hello!
What the fuck? You see that you peel through and eventually arrive in the dusty kind of wasteland under the back deck, where there used to be grass and now it's just rocks and dust. And the Heapers, all kind of covered in dust, huddling there, are surrounding Bean, who has just returned with the crackers. And you guys see the TIK-TEKs arrive. You see that Master Buttons, the head of the Watermelon Temple, goes, Bean, y'all are done a heck of a job. And we are so dang proud of you for getting these crackers.
It was mostly the big boy. The big boy did most of the heavy lifting, literally. So I appreciate it, but...
Hey, he might be a big boy in body, but you're a big boy in spirit. You're my big boy.
Aww.
My big special boy.
It's lying. You see that Thorn, the sort of, senior monk underneath Master Buttons, crosses his arms and says, well, I reckon these crackers ought to do for a little while until that boy comes back and stomp us all half to death.
Don't be like that, Thorn. Come on now, bud.
What? I'm just saying.
Just let me have my moment. We don't get a lot of moments around here. Just let me just.
See, Master Buttons goes,
let him have his moment, because there is only one moment. That is the secret of the Watermelon Temple. Time is an illusion, and when you need it most, you will see the infinite moment expand, and it'll be a dang trip, let me tell you.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
hell yeah. See, Thorn goes,
Hell yeah.
Oh, yeah.
you see these TIK-TEKs arrive, people are like clapping you on the back, they're like taking the crackers and breaking them up.
I don't usually think, I think Bean is not one to flex as most of the monks of the Watermelon Temple do, but it's hard not to. I got 5 Ritz crackers. This is a big day.
It's a big day. You're right next to the vehicles as they pull up. Ty, you step down and you see the first envoy of the TIK-TEKs. People start cheering because of the crackers. These new homes have been brought here as like temporary dwelling places. So Ty, you see other moochers for the first time in your life.
Wow.
Yay! Bean, you're right there next to Ty as she approaches. You know that this has been planned for a little while.
What are you wearing? I touch it.
Careful, it's banana. It's pretty rotten at this point. There's a slime issue. You want some Ritz?
Yes!
A little cream cheese and a very small piece of chive on this one.
Amazing!
I call it
Thank you.
the Bean
I take
special
Oh,
cracker.
amazing! Thank you. Usually we're just sucking out crumbs from the keyboard.
Oh, those are the best
Yeah.
crumbs. A lot of natural flavorings on those.
What's your name? I'm Ty. Ty83.
I'm a Bean. Your name has a number in it.
Yeah, my parents named me after some of the greatest technology out there. Hello, Mr. Bean.
Kick ass. I'm named after a bean.
Yeah.
You guys see that like a sort of little party starts. It's very like it's extremely. It's sort of like joy in the face of a bad situation. So it's like extra performed. People being like, hey, like things have been so bad, and now like a little bit of something okay has happened. And you guys hear and a bunch of bugs come in and land wearing suits. You guys see
Ooh, scary.
Garbanzo Bugless walks up.
Well, it looked like a moocher party. Hello, my name is Garbanzo Bugless.
You want some cracker? It's got some cream cheese and chive on it. I call it the Bean Special Cracker for friends.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Okay. I was just being polite.
Yeah.
Make
What
a
is that?
politeness check.
That's a 10.
Cool. You see, he says, sure, I have cracker. Wow, that's
I'll savor it, man. Dang.
Down the hatchet goes.
Oh.
Hello, little moochers.
You see that Master Buttons and Gyro, who are sort of the two leaders of the two communities, and are actually sisters. They look at each other, kind of nod, and you see that they walk over and begin speaking to Garbanzo in hushed terms.
Do I feel a kinship with Garbanzo just based on names alone?
You well may.
Okay.
Either of you guys can make an insight check if you would like to.
Yes.
I'm good at that. 13.
This is my 9 plus 10.
You got a 9, you got a 10?
A 13.
Oh, 13. 13, you read like worry and concern. It seems like the bugs are supposed to be here, but that it's still not great. That it's like, these are criminals and they're dangerous. And you would bet, that they're from Trash City and there's tons of food there, and you guess that like your dual matriarchs might be like working something out with Garbanzo. You see that Master Buttons looks over to you real quick from the conversation and says, would you two mind sort of keeping the party going and maybe entertaining the children while we talk with our bug friends?
Yeah, I can do flips.
Do those big bugs come all the time?
Not traditionally, no. It's mostly just a people party, sort of.
I only know ants.
You see, cool. Do you guys go to like entertain the children? If you want to do some flips, give me like an acrobatics check for doing flips.
I go and light some little sparks.
Oh, cool. Actually, if you guys want to just do an acrobatics check and do it with advantage as
You throw firecrackers at
yeah, there's like pyrotechnics and like a big light show happening.
That is a 24.
Woo! You guys put on the show of the damn century. You got like, you like ripped one of the, you know those like those happy birthday cards that sing the song? You like ripped one out and have like a music system going.
Yeah. It's just going happy birthday on loop and we're like.
Yeah, you're like, yeah! As you're like flipping through like explosions and stuff.
I know we just met, but we just put on the greatest show on earth.
Yeah, greatest showman.
You guys put on this amazing show. As you do,
Is somebody else putting on a rival show? And they're not going to beat a fucking 24.
No, I'm lighting things on fire. Let's go.
you guys walk over, or the show happens, the Moochers are all happy, and you see that Garbanzo is watching you guys.
Do I see that?
Yeah, you do.
I give him a wave. I say, hey, you want a party?
Yeah, I can't blame him for watching this awesome show we're doing.
He actually goes, as a matter of fact, and he holds up a finger to the two leaders, says, Garbanzo does want to party. And you see, he comes over and just starts like clapping along. You see, at the end of the show, you guys do this spectacular finale. And you see that he's lost all villainy. At the end, he's just like, whoa! Whoa! Yeah! That route you did, he jumped on the spark and a backflip off of it!
And we just made that up.
Yeah.
Totally improvised?
Just now, yeah.
Holy moly, and a half that is crazy. Okay. He says, I got it. We were going to do a whole gangster extortion, very sad, conscript your people, very awful, for you to have food to survive. Instead, here's what we're gonna do. You guys maybe do a headliner show at Garbanzo's Burlesque?
Yeah, I look to my parents.
You see, they both look, and they look over at GYRO, who looks back. Your parents are like, GYRO looks over, and they look, because the other deal that they were gonna have was so terrible. See, Garbanzo says, we get good show, they get to live in Trash City for a little while. Maybe you work out, or we do bad deal where everyone's sad, so it's up to you. You see that Master Button says, Bean, you go knock him dead, kiddo. And you see that GYRO goes, do not blow up Trash City. Do not blow up Trash City.
I won't.
You have to take care to not blow up Trash City.
I will not. I'll get some good trash for all of us.
Incredible. You guys sort of say your goodbyes. Garbanzo says, my 2 stars, my performers, all right, this is going to be great. The other performers that we have, they're not very good. Well, you'll see. And you guys head off to a little spot called the Lunch Pail. We're in Trash City.
The big city.
Trash City. The dumpster out near the teen center behind the community pool. This dumpster is full of garbage. Bright lights, big city. It stinks here. There are bugs everywhere, flying overhead. It's almost like a futuristic city because there's like wasps and dragonflies in like lanes of like flying bug traffic through the avenues. Little lights and phosphorescences, so there's a lot of working fireflies here who get paid to light the place up. The Lunch Pail is an old greasy spoon diner made out of an actual old lunch pail. And I'm gonna say that both because out of like your injured state and to sort of constitute a short rest, our friends Cargo, Agnes, and Rick Diggins are all in a little corner booth in a shadowy corner of the Lunch Pail with a completely just blasted Scoot who had a whole drop of whiskey and is just on his ass in the corner, kind of wobbling. And you see that Cosmo Cricket, who runs the Lunch Pail, comes over.
Cosmo Cricket.
You see he looks over and goes, all right, special for the next month is somebody threw out like a Western omelet, I think, should be still mostly good for a while. Thing's enormous, so, you know, it'll last for a while if you change your mind.
I don't eat.
You gotta order at least an entree.
I'll have the omelet.
All right, 1 omelet. good. This kid drunk? You see that the mouse is like, fuck you. You see that? He goes like, that kid's all right. Okay. Agnes, my darling, what do you be having?
I'll have a slice of the shrimp, please. A little shrimp steak.
I'll slice some shrimp off for you. That's great.
You've ordered the worst imaginable thing that could be in this garbage can. Is garbage can shrimp.
That's what I like.
It steak.
A slice of the shrimp steak.
She wanted the prime cut, though.
Yeah.
He says, and anything to drink for the lady?
Do we have any battery acid?
He says, oh, you're looking to get wild. All right, okay, yeah, we'll get some battery acid for you, that's fine. You see over in the corner, there's just a leaking battery that's like eating into the floor. And he goes, Tommy, get one of the special cups. And you see that's a little sort of bug, like an ant skitters off. He says, and for you, Maestro.
I don't eat. I'm Rick Diggins, the supreme man. Sunlight is my food. It gives me powers.
Okay, sunlight. I'm gonna see if we have it in the kitchen. If we don't, omelet?
Rare.
You see, he nods, walks back to the kitchen.
No, sorry, rare. I pointed. That's inaccurate. There would be no pointing.
And you guys finally have a little bit of privacy here in the lunch pail to talk amongst yourselves. As you see these little sort of shards of eggshell have like little blobs of coffee on them with like loose grounds swimming around in the bottom.
Okay. I've been thinking about it. Just before, and he closes his eyes because I envision robot brain. Robot brain, he can remember things. So he's repicturing the scene. Marty, Felix's brother Marty, had a dossier, roll of quarters. That's our in. That's it. I need your help. Now, we just met, but how do you feel about Felix? I guess that's my first
Oh, I have no love for Felix or his brother Marty. Marty's always at the casino, and he's a real asshole.
Always at the casino. Okay. Rick, I would never do this if it weren't, but you owe me.
And, Rick removes his hair.
Oh, my God.
Shelly, may I have the cigarette?
Let me check my fingerprint.
Yeah, you pull out a little cigarette for him.
Cargo, you know, I owe you. You freed me from, how you say it, the car seat? But I have no quarrel with Felix. I have only one desire, and that is the next fix of fairy dust.
What if I could get you into the house? Get you in with the other toys? Get you a child's love?
I need no love from that bitch, Dylan. I need no love from Max, the pieces of shit. You don't know. 2 years underneath the seat, I said, Cargo. I listened to them fight about, he's got a bigger chicken nugget. No, I've got a bigger chicken nugget. No, it is my turn to play with the action, but I hate the children. They are not my family. I have no one.
There must be something else you need. Please, if you help me, it'll be worth it.
Do you mean money?
Yes.
Then Rick Diggins is at your service. Not just Rick Diggins. Rick Diggins, the supreme man. Rick Diggins, man about town. Officer Rick Diggins. Lieutenant Rick Diggins is a spaceman.
Oh, okay. I was confused because you had an officer and yeah.
Digginsaurus Rick.
Now that one, I must say, I'm very curious about.
He is, how you say, the dinosaur.
Now, we're off to, admittedly, a great start, but I've been thinking about this, and we need more. We're gonna need muscle, and we're gonna need an inside person. And I think I know someone who might be able to help us out with that one, but we're also gonna need a grease, a gear, a detonator. I think you can probably handle being the face, Rick.
Oh, I'm the Rick of many faces. Eh?
What is this, Rick?
And we're gonna need a bankroll and a respect. And I'm looking at you, Agnes. I think you bring those to the table.
Yeah, I got that.
But where are we gonna find a grease and a gear and a detonator and...
Step right up, step right up. See the amazing new headliner. Right across the street from the lunch pail is Garbanzo's Burlesque.
Look at this convenient boy. Huh?
I love that Rick Diggins Prime is a bald French lunatic. Incredible. Yeah, you guys see, looking across the way, you see like a very hastily made poster. You see that they're like tossing another poster over on a little trash pile and putting up a new one with a hastily scrawled like acrobat and like a light show and like, you know, fireworks behind them. Garbanzo's Burlesque is not just like one building. It is like a sprawling Moulin Rouge-esque complex of like theaters. There's like one of those old little novelty New Year's hats that's had a door cut into it, and then like there's a show going on in there. There's like a big top made out of like an old popcorn bag. It's like, it's an incredible bacchanalia of just like the sinful delights here at Garbanzo's Burlesque. Anyone here also make a perception check for me, any of the three in the diner?
We're too busy flipping and exploding to notice anything.
16.
16?
I got a 21.
21, great. 16, 21.
I got a 7.
Oh no.
I got a rock.
You're probably watching little Scoot's like,
I'm not anybody. I have to get out of here. I don't want to be around this many people right now. I'm sick. I'm good. Were we at the water still?
Here you go, Scoot. Agnes takes out ibuprofen that she has and she chisels off some. She's like, stiffen this up, you know, sweetie.
Whoo! Oh, I'm very relaxed. Rick and Cargo, you guys both sort of sitting at like the window seat of the booth, turn out to look. You see a poster, maybe even more crucial than the big show poster you see, in like a row of like side venues and smaller like sub stages. You see that there is a tiny little poster that says, a fine medley of the dramatic arts performed as a one-man show. And you see a poster of a Hercules beetle in like theater blacks. That is also happening at Garbanzo Buglass's Burlesque.
Perfect. It's almost like somebody planned this. This is perfect. All right. So, I need your help, not only with this plan, but with the talking to the people. Please help me to convince them, please.
I'll also say, by the way, because we had, what were Agnes and Rick thinking when Cargo first mentioned the roll of quarters? Because that was the first time that got mentioned at the diner. You guys would know that a roll of quarters is an amount of money that staggers the imagination. Scoot heard nothing. Scoot did not hear that at all.
I think for Rick, it's very much a like life. I mean, that is literally enough to keep him going for, I mean, as long as, I would imagine, you know, as long as he needs. And he is desperately clinging to life at this point. So I think it's everything to him.
Great.
Agnes has never had a score that big, and she's all about getting a big score. So she wants in, no matter what.
How many scores has Agnes had?
Oh, a ton.
Oh, nice.
Agnes likes stealing. That's her thing.
Wonderful. You guys venture sort of across the street into the burlesque. Where do you guys, are you going stealthily or are you just sort of walking? I mean, none of you guys, I think, are wanted.
Oh, I also just realized I should probably ask. So Cargo has either lived with the family or in the house or wherever they lived the whole time. Has no idea who any of these people. Who is this Garbanzo?
Are we still at the table?
Yes, you
Okay.
are.
Did we get our food?
Yes, delicious.
Great.
Okay.
Cargo's just looking at
That's
us.
a lie.
Shrimp. It's decadent.
Let's take it.
He is a bad man who I happen to be in very deep to. He has a lot of bad qualities, but that is the worst. That I owe him a considerable sum.
I see. Okay. Is he worse than Felix?
You think worse?
He's, he's in Trash City, and in Trash City, you gotta do what you gotta do to get by. I think he's a little better than Felix, because there's reasoning with him. Felix, he wants to control everybody.
I would agree with this.
Got it. I'll talk to him.
Oh, I wouldn't do that, no. He's still dangerous. Yeah, he's a bad man. He won't like you. He's very, oh, good guy. That kind of thing.
I see.
Try it. What do I know? Go for it.
Okay, then you talk to him.
No, that is worse. That is worse, yeah.
I'll handle Garbanzo.
Thank you. This is good, man.
I'll talk to the Beetle.
And I talked to the kids, huh?
Yeah.
You guys head across the street to Garbanzo's burlesque. If you're trying to avoid getting spotted by Garbanzo's men, go ahead and give me a...
Can I instead do a check to try to remember,
Yes, go for
who
it.
doesn't owe him money? Because if you let me do that, I will abide to whatever it happens to be for the following scene. I will persuade them in whatever costume it happens to be.
Perfect. Great.
14, what did we say, intelligence? Says 17.
Now that you are like a little bit more sobered up, the fairy dust has sort of calmed you down, or the fairy dust has sort of worn off a little bit, you remember more seriously that Digginsaurus Rex...
Of course.
Digginsaurus
You've chosen
Rick-
correctly,
Yeah,
yes.
Digginsaurus Rick is the one that doesn't owe them money.
Okay, perfect. Yes. Yes. I have put on the Digginsaurus Rick costume, the torso and the headpiece and what all, and I am headed over.
Not important. Listen.
He's just lugging a huge bag behind him. Full of, hey, what do you got in there, son?
My bodies.
My bodies, my torsos.
Yeah, then I'll head over to the club dressed as Digginsaurus Rick and just sort of stealth my way in there.
Incredible. Anyone that wants to enter stealthily can give me a stealth check, but if you're just walking in, that's fine too.
I think Agnes is just walking in.
Cool.
Are we doing our show as they are
You are
entering?
doing your show as that is happening.
I don't think Cargo would even think to sneak in. I think he just like...
Would they have any kind of advantage because we are so dazzling the
I'll
audience?
let you make
at
a
this
stealth
point?
check with advantage because the main stage show going on is so crazy.
Okay. 5. It's gotta be better than that. Oh, a 2. It wasn't. 5 plus 1, 6.
Okay. You walk through, and you are like skulking through the shadows as the whole crowd gathers. Actually, give me another acrobatics with advantage
Oh, yes. Or for our act.
for your act. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's probably why it didn't distract.
This time, I'm like, all right, Remember, throw even more bombs at me this time. It's gonna be so tight. And I do a flip in the air, and you hit me like in the neck.
No, your cape catches on fire. I'm like,
This is part of it. This is part of it. This is part of it.
It was a 3 and a 1, just in case anyone
Why didn't we
else.
practice it? We just did it once
it
and
worked
thought we were
so
close.
well the
Shit.
first time.
Now, to be
To be fair,
fair,
it's a 12. So
It's a 12. So it's not a total
Okay.
disaster.
You're not on fire.
But I think you are part. I think that the way I'm going to read that is people watch a spectacular show. You do take 7 points of fire damage because you are fully on fire for a lot
how
of
did
the
they do
show.
that? It looks like you really got hurt.
it's like the end of Birdman. Hey, it's a trick. Oh, dang.
As you're walking along, you are like shocked at this like burning kid. The acrobatics are incredible and the pyrotechnics are amazing. There's a lot of proficiency and skill happening here, but the kid's just burning, and a lot of the crowd is like into it because of that. It's a lot of like Trash City people like, yeah, let the kid die, watch him die. Blood sport. You see that, but a couple of bugs look over at you, and you see that one of the beetles goes, "Howdy there, pal."
Hey, I'm here to audition. My name is Zigginsaurus Rick. Kids love me. I'm kind of a kid's performer. I'm half man, half dinosaur, all fun.
Is your stuff X-rated?
It can be.
Oh my God.
Oh, he works blue. Oh, nasty do you need it?
And that becomes his catchphrase. That's the t-shirt right there. Oh, nasty, do you need it?
Go ahead and give me a persuasion check with advantage, if you'd be so kind.
That's a 18
Jesus.
or a 16, 18 plus 8.
I need it pretty nasty.
You see that they all go and they say, "Oh, I know a freak when I see one." They say, "Back office is that way. You can go talk to the big man." And they point you in the direction of where you can go to audition. We're going to actually cut over to a small black box stage.
Wait, to clarify, I was just trying to get backstage. So I don't know if...
They point to you backstage and give you directions to the office. You don't have to go to the
Okay,
office.
I didn't know if they're in the same direction or what.
They're buying into your lie, so
Okay,
they're just
perfect.
in it. Small black box theater. Boomer. It's about 5 minutes after the show is supposed to start, and there's not any audience members in the seats.
Can't he roll to decide that?
No, it's sad.
It's sad and we just have to live in it.
Yeah.
But I think he would still be doing his act.
Oh, that's even.
No, please,
The show must go on.
The show must go on. So, Dad, you tell me I can't have my own video games? Well, I'd say to you, ever since you and Mom split up, you've made my life a living heck.
Stop right now. I've heard 10 seconds of this. How is nobody at this fucking
I know.
show? I'd be seat row 1 every single night for this fucking show.
Well, let me give you a little backstory.
Video games exist.
Susan Little is a teacher at Diminutive Community College. And so she's a playwriting teacher, so she has thrown out a whole bunch of really bad monologues that her students have written, and those are the only monologues he has access to.
Oh, no.
I would watch
And you're
that show.
rehearsing their
And
monologues.
he's rehearsing those
would
monologues.
watch that show.
That's his whole act.
Go ahead and give me a performance check, if you'd be so kind.
Okay.
With disadvantage, just with disadvantage because of who he is.
You roll with advantage because you have that beautiful scintillating carapace, but I'll say disadvantage because there's no audience. So go ahead and just roll a flat roll, 1 die.
18.
Oh shit!
Plus, what's your performance?
I hope it's good.
My performance
+5.
is 5.
Fucking great.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Cargo,
my God,
you
that's
walk in
amazing.
and see no audience, no problem. This terrible writing is completely elevated.
It's come alive. I've never
Brought to life.
Cargo, even plastic face, single tear comes out, and he doesn't know how that happens because he doesn't drink water. He doesn't have liquid in his body.
So you're blinded by the stage lights and think that you're performing for nobody. You finish the very last line of your show.
That's the truth, Dad.
so loud.
Got big hands.
Big plastic hands.
Yeah.
You look out, the house lights come up, a little intern comes in and starts sweeping up the in between the seats. And
What is he sweeping up?
He's sweeping up huge pieces of dust with a tiny little...
And regret.
Yeah, I was gonna say, there's not gonna be popcorn down there.
Not a popcorn.
Boomer, I have to say, I wasn't expecting that. But admittedly, you probably weren't expecting to see me, so...
Actually, I wasn't expecting to see anybody. The advance on this show was terrible. Terrible.
I can tell.
What can I do for you? What do you here to... are you pissed? Because I was aiming for the chunk of wood. You know I was aiming for the chunk of wood, right?
I landed on the chunk of wood.
All right, so mission accomplished.
I mean, okay. That's like saying I stabbed you, but I only stabbed you with 3 inches of the blade and not 4 inches of the blade.
I will remember that next time I have your life in my hands, you crummy ingrate.
Listen, I could sit here and lay out a whole bullshit line, but do you want some money, Boomer?
Huh? Look, pal. What do you mean, for what?
I want to hire your muscle for a job. Now, this is where it gets a little dicey. The target, the mark, is Felix. But, if we nail this, you never have to work as muscle again. And you can finance your own theater if that's what you want.
Well, that is kind of a dream of mine. I have a one-man show.
No, I just
that
saw,
wanna do.
I literally just watched it.
Oh, no, not this stuff. I wrote this. It's a one-bug show.
Why?
It's called Antony and Coleoptera.
I want you to
Give it a second to, just give that one a second to.
He's been working on that joke for weeks.
I know,
I'm not
we
giving
can't
him
step on
anything.
it.
Well, let me have it then. And you know, I can't get anybody else to give me a gig. I mean, this is costing me a buttload just to rent this crummy black box.
Okay.
So, how much are we talking about, and what exactly do you need me to do?
Well, you might be aware of a certain roll of quarters.
Yeah, I hear things. you
Don't
know.
be coy, Boomer.
I don't have ears.
No.
I'm a beetle. I don't. How do bugs hear?
I'm sure Boomer goes full
membranes
existential.
that it vibrates again.
Oh, thank you,
Read a book.
Pratt brother.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. I did watch a lot of Crap Brothers, Dad. What? What about it? I'm sorry, it's getting too real in here. I need 2 things from you. I need muscle, and I need what you know.
All right, and we're not talking acting theory here.
No, I could not care less about acting.
All right, well, it's all I care about. It's all I love. I mean, it's
Great.
what I want. It's what I'm.
Totally
it's my
cool.
motivation.
Absolutely
My
fine.
secondary motivation. My
Boomer,
tertiary
you're making me
motivation.
regret coming in here.
You see that the crowd starts letting in for the next show.
Which is not mine. They've got some jugglers. That people will pay for.
Huge crowd. People are like, fucking love juggling. Yes! Yes! A bunch of hotshot jugglers start to come in. You see that they've got like handlers and agents and managers. They're kind of being shuffled around.
This is a horrible world you've concocted. I just turned on it on a dime. Fuck this
Glad I
world.
didn't say mimes.
As you guys, as the jugglers start coming in, you guys leave the theater still talking.
Oh, you know what?
Boomer. 3, 2, 1. Answer.
0?
Oh my God.
I'm sorry, I thought we were playing password.
No, are you... Boomer, are you in or are you out?
You're talking about a lot of money.
Yes, Boomer.
And I don't have to kill anybody, do I?
I mean, that's not in the plan, but if...
I'll go for some light killing, but I'm not gonna do a lot of killing.
Great. Sounds great. Sounds great. Boomer, yes or no, in or out?
Yeah, I'm in.
Oh, thank God.
We cut over to the end of the show. Ty, you're backstage kind of putting Bina. Thankfully, the banana peel is very wet, so it survived the fire pretty gracefully.
It's the only time that's been a good thing for me.
And Digginsaurus Rick, you head over and see these guys backstage.
And we're just giving some notes.
Yeah.
All right, so next time.
All right, if I go this way, then you gotta go this way.
It's cooler when the closer I get to the explosion.
me.
It was a little too close. Hey,
Yeah.
what's up?
Whoa.
Would you start clearing your things out?
Are we fired already?
Yes, I am your replacement, Digginsaurus Rick. Kids love me, and apparently I'm about to get nasty. It's a whole new thing for me. But you're out, and Digginsaurus Rick is in.
Oh, they said we were the new headliner. We're doing it for our community.
Yeah.
But
kinda
your
uprooted.
performance just then was garbage, and I think you know it. So now I'm replacing you, and no hard feelings. But you are unemployed.
Can I roll an insight check to see
Yeah,
if he's
go
lying?
deception versus insight.
Fuck, go against me in deception.
Can I aid him?
You don't
Yeah,
need to.
you can give him a help action with.
Or she could just roll insight.
Or you roll insight as well.
Okay.
I got a 22.
No, I got
What?
a 3.
I rolled a 6 plus 8. So 14.
Ty, you buy it hook, line, and sinker. Bean, this fast-talking city slicker.
Oh, I got
is-
advantage on that.
Oh, you have advantage on
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Let's see if I can do better. 18. Yes.
26.
26. Damn.
You guys
thought I had it for a
thought I had it for a
second.
second, but no, he's got you.
Well, I mean, dinosaurs are traditionally pretty truthful, so
Can't get nastier than prehistoric creature, I guess.
I guess we'll have to go live in the gutter and try and build an act there.
I guess we'll figure out how to get back to our communities as No, we can't go back until we've achieved
It'd be too
something.
embarrassing, yeah.
Best of luck. I've got to use the shitter.
He leaves the room. 2 seconds later. In walks Lieutenant Rick Diggins, astronaut.
We're packing up our things. We're really sad.
Man.
Hey, little friends, I heard about your troubles. You recognize me. I'm Lieutenant Rick Diggins, an astronaut.
All right.
Can we tell if he's the same person or not?
You can try, but my rolls are really good with this
These rolls are
stuff.
real. I'm gonna say that with that last one,
Yeah.
you get a 20. No, you guys
Right.
are. You
Just
guys,
let it ride.
Let it ride.
Hi.
That makes sense to me. We're in a garbage can.
Yeah.
I'd like to see if I can help a little bit. I hate to see youngsters in a pickle. I'd like to offer you two a job.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Are we going to space?
Yeah,
or?
oh, space.
That could be cool.
I've never left the tech drawer. I'd love to go to space.
Yeah, well, this job is gonna involve explosions and flips
Oh, hey.
and maybe space. You never know. What do you say? Y'all in?
It'll be fun.
Explosions and flips are about all I can guarantee right now. Safety, no. Fun, doubtful. Explosions, though. Flips, and, did I mention, enough money to keep both of your communities going.
Are we going to have to do any, like, bad
Yeah,
stuff?
do we have to get nasty? A dinosaur was in here talking about getting nasty.
It's been a weird 3 minutes.
I've seen
saw
things
that.
today I never thought
I
I'd
saw
see.
that. I saw that guy in the can. You want to know something fucked up? He left the door open. This is one nasty soul, let me tell you. This dude is nasty. No, I mean, it's illegal. But enough money for your communities. Think about it.
And then, yeah, I mean, we need food.
Yeah, I mean, I can't just always rely on a huge boy bringing me snack crackers.
What?
So, yeah, oh, man. Oh, I didn't tell you about the huge boy. Oh, dang. Okay, well, later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm in.
I guess so. If it gets too nasty, though, I am going to have to bet. I don't want to hurt anybody.
I saw some ladybugs do some things I can't forget.
Yeah, some love acts.
If there's any nasty bugs, we'll reevaluate then. How's that sound, youngsters?
Sounds
As you get the two nods of assent from them, you see past them down the hallway, two sort of beetles in like these pink suits look at each other and go,
Isn't it that fucking astronaut that ripped the boss off?
Yeah, anyway, I gotta get headed on out of
Hold
here.
on, you didn't tell us
Where are
literally
we going?
anything.
Where
Where
are
should
we
we go?
going?
Where are we going?
I'll send a sparrow. That made no sense. Hold on.
You'll send a what?
That'll kill us!
Bean's parents were definitely eaten by birds.
Meet us at the diner tomorrow, across the street tomorrow at 9 a.m.
I don't have a way of telling time. Do you have a way of telling time? We're in a big garbage can.
There's a big watch in the middle of the city, I think. That we can
But it's analog, and I don't know what the big and little hands are.
I know how to read.
Rick Diggins, you get the hell out of Dodge. You guys have your instructions in Garbanzo Buglass's office. Garbanzo takes an enormous match in 2 hands, strikes it, holds it across the room over to your cigar. He goes, Agnes. Shit.
Garbanzo, sample that thing. Garbanzo!
You see he like stops, puts his body on it. Hot! Okay.
Jesus
Every time it could be the
I'm a
last
fairy,
time.
I can light it myself.
Okay. Oh, you can do it yourself?
Yes.
I was trying to be suave.
It was very suave, Garbanzo. Thank you. You're a real gentleman.
So, what does the lightest hand in the yard want from Garbanzo Buglass?
Oh, well, I see that business is going really well for you.
Business is going very well.
Yeah, you got some great acts over here.
Just booked some new acts, very excited. They do a show impromptu in a dusty patch of ground, and it was exciting.
You know, Shoebies would love to have a couple acts like that. Would you ever think about us taking some people off your hands?
Maybe. What do you think is worth it to Garbanzo to loan out his talent?
Well, you know I got that giant gold tooth in my suite at the casino.
Is this you would part with Gold Tooth?
We're really looking for a couple new acts over at Shoebies.
Go ahead and make a persuasion check for me.
Oh, I'm gonna try this boy again. Okay, 12 plus, which one's persuasion? 5. 17.
Great. Go ahead also now and make a wealth check for me. We got some new skills on the board in this little side
Alrighty.
quest.
That's
Damn.
18 plus 5.
You are so
You
wealthy.
know I'm good for the money,
I
Garbanzo.
do know you're good for the money. Honestly, anytime you come by, I feel like the whole place is classed up.
Hey, can we stop whatever we're doing and just have you do that character for the rest of the episode, please?
If anything bad happens to Garbanzo, I'm gonna flip the table.
Yeah, I enjoy him.
He's got a good
see-
side and
you
a
see
dark
he's-
side.
He goes, says, that gold tooth has been on my mind for a long time. You know, you have an eye for taste.
Spanish.
I will say this, though.
Eye for taste.
Talking about it too.
And a tongue for seeing.
You have a real ear for feeling.
For taste. He goes, he says,
You're over at Shoebies quite a lot. You live in the penthouse upstairs, yes? Maybe you can tell me. I have some people that have been on my loan list for a little bit too long. You wouldn't happen to know anything about a couple of individuals. There is an astronaut named Rick Diggins, and a different other person who is a police officer named Rick Diggins.
That's Lieutenant Rick Diggins and Officer Rick Diggins.
Respect the badge.
Yeah, really.
I do not respect police officers as a matter of criminality and also personnel politics. You see that you see that he says, there's one other thing that must be handled very delicately. Someone has been in my pocket for a long, long time, and I cannot move against them because of their connections. You wouldn't happen to be able to tell me when a certain steward might break curfew and leave the house, would you?
Because if you would, I would be happy to make this deal with you. I hear rumors about Marty Flick sometimes ducking out from under his brother's protection long enough to go gambling at Shuby's.
Well, you know, I got eyes and ears everywhere. I might have heard something.
Maybe the next time you hear something, I hear it too. How does that sound?
I think that could be arranged.
Bellissimoka, I love it. Very good. Now,
Very good.
He has an ear for flavor.
My spouse.
you see that he looks over and goes, so please, I will have my men come to collect the gold tooth. My performers are on loan up to you for as long as Shubis would like them. And feel free to come back anytime, Agnes.
Oh, trust me, I will. Thanks, Garbanzo.
Oh, you got it? I'm very burnt. You see that you guys leave the next morning. It is 9 a.m., bright and early.
Where did we sleep?
You guys slept, I assume, in your quarters here at the burlesque. It is 9 a.m. at the lunch bell, and for the first time, all 6 of our heroes are gathered together at a table at the lunch pail.
What disguise is Rick wearing right now? Because is he gonna have to be the astronaut every time he's around us?
Or is he gonna be the dinosaur because he has to hide?
I probably sat down at the table as Lieutenant Rick Diggins.
Okay.
Yes.
Great. Lovely. You see Cosmo Cricket comes over and goes, all right, what can I get you guys, everyone?
Please leave.
Oh,
Well, hold on.
hungry,
6
hungry.
omelets? Okay, 6 omelets. And you see he walks up.
Do you have Ritz? Because I got a real urge now.
Do you
I
have
got a real-
Cheetos?
Do Ritz. We can do-
Cheeto dust?
Oh yeah, we can do we can do a Cheeto dust for sure. You want that?
Yeah, thank you.
Good. Okay. He heads off. Some coffees hit the table, and you guys are left here in your corner by yourselves.
Listen, we all.
You're a talking car.
Whoa, I touch him and I try to pick him apart.
Don't.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you should ask before you do something like.
If we could just focus up for a minute, I will transform. It will be amazing. Just
Yeah, I can tell you have gears that clearly you're meant to turn
All right,
into something
so
else.
here's the scenario.
You think he'll let me drive in him?
Oh, maybe. Cool.
Children, please.
If you transformed while I was driving inside you, would I turn into
Yes,
goo?
you would.
my-
You would
would
be
you-
crushed.
Oh,
yes.
no.
No.
I gotta make sure
I
that
could
doesn't happen.
reprogram. I could put a compartment in.
I am sitting right here. Please don't talk about my compartments.
Should we start with like a word
Okay,
of prayer
so
or something?
here's-
Okay.
All right.
Hi, I'm
just
Ty.
like 3 uninterrupted minutes, please. For the love of Dylan. All right. Wait, are children like gods to toys?
I know that. I think you've established that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know that fool. He gave me some crackers yesterday. It was awesome. Awesome kid.
Shut up, shut up. What?
He got a bright future ahead of him, man. I'll tell you, if he keeps giving out crackers to everybody he meets, the world's his oyster.
He was okay?
He seemed all right, yeah. Is he supposed to be a big and he talks funny? Okay.
yes.
I didn't know if the talking funny was a sickness or something.
That's my child.
What?
Wow.
Now, hold on. Okay,
okay.
hold up. I know I'm just learning about sort of robo-car
No,
sort
it
of
is-
anatomy.
He is the child
Right.
that owns me.
Well, can you really own a...
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Well, cool. Yeah, he was nice. He gave me 5 crackers, so...
Thank you. Okay, now, we'll get back to that.
Oh, do these headlights work?
Yes. But that's not important.
Flash them. Flash them.
Just flash them one. Trust me,
Okay.
it's quicker if you just...
If I flash them, can we focus?
Yeah.
Okay. Wah, wah. And they also make that noise, I guess. All right. That's the horn. Wah, wah. Okay. We've all come to this table for different reasons, right? But we all have reasons for being here. And if you stick with me, and if we all stick together, we are all going to have enough money to not worry about those reasons. Do you understand?
Quarters that could go in the vending machine, is that?
Yes. And not just 1 or 2 or 3, a whole roll of quarters. Split between us.
How many
But
quarters?
Yeah, how many's in a roll?
you promised if I flash my headlights. Thank you.
My gosh.
Now, we do have to do some things that might skirt legality, but it's for the greater good, and it's against a criminal. So really, if you think about it, right, 2 negatives.
Double crime.
No, okay.
Cancel each other out.
Now, we're all gonna have our own roles to play, and we're all gonna focus up. Here's what
Wait. Tell me more about the roles.
I was literally just about to.
Oh,
I was
okay.
literally saying, okay.
Big
This is a great
deal.
team. Great team. Okay. So, Boomer, you're our muscle and our insider. You have the knowledge. Did you just fart?
No. It was my carapace brushing up against the table.
Boomer, we've talked about this. All right. Boomer,
You live in a dung heap. I mean,
fair.
come on.
Boomer, you've got knowledge about the inside workings of Felix's organization. You know about the roll of quarters, I assume anything you know about it. But more than that, you're pretty big. Okay. Now, Rick, Lieutenant Rick.
He said we might go to space.
Yeah, what's the deal with that? Is that still on the table?
Rick, can I talk with you over here for a second?
Yeah, Kimasabi.
You told them they were going to go to space?
I told them they might go to space.
Got it. Okay, back to the table. We'll see. Okay.
Can't wait.
Rick, you're our face.
Well, thank you. That's real flattering.
You're gonna be the one that talks to people, gets us inside of places maybe that we're not supposed to be.
Hey, I always say a stranger's just a friend you haven't met yet.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, like, Gargo's just, all right, weirdo. Because he knows that, like, he knows what Rick's real face is. And Rick is being weird now. Okay. Now, Agnes, you're our bankroll, but you're also our respect. People know you. You're gonna be able to get us into, you know, the high roller places, the classier places, and I think when you say things, people are gonna listen. That's the feeling I get.
Yeah. I'm also a pickpocket. Here's your air freshener.
Thank you very much.
That could have come in handy a few minutes ago when my carapace brushed against the table.
All right, now, Ty, you're gonna be our detonator.
Oh, fun.
Yes. And also our gear. And from what I can tell, you know a little bit about tech?
I know everything about tech.
Perfect. So I'm gonna need
Named after a calculator. Is that right?
Calculator.
I'm gonna need your help with the security systems. And as soon as we find out anything about where this
Okay.
thing's being kept, probably help us get in.
Okay. Everything I know, I learned off a IBM computer from 1994. That's the thing written in the back of it.
Okay. I have no frame of reference for that whatsoever. Wait, no, I probably do. I've been inside a house. Got it. Okay, cool. A computer. Yes, I've seen those. Now, Bean, we're gonna need your help flipping around stuff.
Cool.
Okay, great.
I trained in the monastic tradition of the Way of Shadow at
Super
the
good,
Watermelon
yep.
Temple, so I can, as long as I center myself and, you know, conjure up the key that I can summon whenever, I attune myself
we
to
do
the...
a great act.
Yeah, and we flip and blow shit up, too, so
All right.
whichever one you need on the given day.
So we got a 3-step plan, as I see it. Step 1, we need information on the location of the vault. I think Marty, Felix's brother, is gonna be a big help with that. Now, between Rick, Agnes, and Boomer, I think we can get access to Marty while he's at Shooby's. Get the dossier off of him, get the information out of it, and get the dossier back to him before he's noticed. Now, we also need to figure out how to get in. So once we have the information from that dossier, that goes to Ty. And Ty is going to help
blow
us.
up the front door.
Well, maybe. I'm not going to rule that out, but if there is maybe a more subterfuge-eel way to
Melt
do
it
that,
with fire.
Ooh.
it's gonna be a whole thing.
Or open it. Just like open it.
How do you all know each other?
We all just met in the last, like, I don't know, 12 hours. Well, Rick and I go back. Okay, after this, we'll do a whole, like, cocktail mixer. Does that sound good? We'll have an afternoon thing.
We could have a flashback episode.
Sounds
Explain
great.
all
right,
those storylines.
Now, Step 2, once we have the information, once we know the location of the vault, we need Felix distracted. We need him out of the picture, away from wherever it is being kept. So, Agnes and Rick, I think that's on you. We need to get him somewhere that's gonna take up time, distract him, and something that he's not gonna be able to walk away from easily. We want him there for a long period of time.
Question, do I know who Felix is? Because
You've heard tell of him.
Okay,
He's a
great.
very scary steward. I mean, like, you're a moocher, so the stewards are like legendarily cruel and
I for sure hate this fucking dude with a passion,
with a
right?
passion, yes.
Yeah. Anybody inside who keeps people outside to be eaten by birds every day
Yeah.
is no good in my book.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of cocktail hour, you would actually know that you guys are sort of wrapping up your breakfast here at the lunch pail. There is a cocktail hour happening on the floor of Shoebies right now where Agnes lives if you wanted to like case the joint, see what's kind of going on there.
That's probably, I think we're gonna do that probably first
What about
step.
step 3?
So
Yeah,
step 3 is extraction.
Profit.
Well, we'll get that. That's kind of step 3B. Step.
Traction into space.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see. So we're gonna need to get the vault open. We're gonna need to clear the security, both the people working security and whatever they have in place, tech-wise. We need to actually get the roll of quarters out, and I'm looking at you for that, Boomer, because I don't even know if the 5 of us together could lift it.
Wow. I have to do some protein shakes.
And then the getaway. And Ty, that's you and me.
So that's 4.
we're the getaway.
No. Getaway is part of extraction. That's one of the bullet point.
/ getaway.
We got to do a getaway, right? So we're going to need some kind of vehicle. and-
You.
Okay, yes, but I don't know that I can carry the roll of quarters. So I can.
I can carry the roll of quarters.
And you carry him.
And you carry me.
Flawless.
All right, we'll brainstorm that one. We'll work on that. So if anywhere within there you feel that you would be specifically suited to anything, feel free to step up. Otherwise, we take our rolls. We start at step 1, location of vault. You 3 on Marty, and then we'll take the information. And also, this is supremely important. Felix cannot see me, or we're done.
Cargo.
Holy shit, what?
It's just a helmet. I just took my helmet off.
I calmed down.
Are you really not going to
No, he
tell
is
the
different. He's
children the
French.
truth? Kids, hello. I am Rick Diggins.
Who?
You are taking this job because I have brought you here, as agreed with my friend Cargo.
No, the astronaut.
The astronaut was the
The
one that...
astronaut brought you here. Yes, Lieutenant Rick Diggins, not me, Rick Diggins. If you take this job, we will all most certainly die.
What?
We are going against the most dangerous person alive who is under 6 inches tall. He has nearly unlimited resources. And if we try to take what is his, he will destroy us. He will send us to, oblivion. And he will destroy everyone we have ever loved. The heap,
Well, it's a little late for that, so it's a...
take down, all done.
TIK-TEK.
For me, tic-tac, tick-tock, tuk-tock, tick-tock, gone. Yep, done. For me, I don't care. Rick Diggins has been dead a long time, huh?
I take
For
his helm.
them?
I take his helm. I try and take his helm, see if it fits on my head.
You, for them, this could be the end of their lives. For us, we live a long time. Such is life. But for them, you will probably die. Also, you will probably not go to space. I am sorry.
That's even worse, yeah.
I do like that you said probably not go to space.
So there's still a chance.
Still,
In a rich fantasy world, you never know.
No.
Could go to space.
Now,
Probably
let me-
won't go to space.
I'll say this. I think I understand the risks of this job pretty good, but even if we didn't take this job, there's always a chance. that a big bearded fella can come with a huge shovel and scoop up everyone you've ever known and put them in a big bucket.
Yes,
So,
but you are being led to believe that this is all for the money, not for Cargo. Cargo, he is the zealot. Yeah?
Not a bad way to put it, actually. This is, for you, I look around the table and you want the money to live. You want the money for your dream. You want the money to feel alive one more time. You both need the money for your communities. I just want to make my child happy.
So can I have your share?
Well,
You see that a little sprinkle of dust alights on your wrist, and you see that you get a little message from Pebble, who's a little fairy that works at Shoebies, and she's young. She like adores you. She comes over and says,
Pebble?
she goes,
Hi there, Miss Agnes. I wanted to reach out to tell you that there's a guy coming to Shoebies later today, and you had sent me a little message about him. It's that high roller from the house.
I know who you're talking about. You don't have to name names.
Oh, should I? Because you said people could be listening, and you got to keep it zipped up.
Yeah, that's what I said. That's right.
It's so crazy. I know I'm like, I should be over it, but I'm still starstruck. Yeah, he's going to be in later this afternoon, but he filed it on the register under a false name, so I think it's a secret that he's coming.
Oh, okay. Could you tell me what the false name is?
The false name? Hold on 1 second. Let me look this up.
Rick Diggins.
You see, he says
Dr. Rick Diggins.
Dick Riggin.
This is Dr. Crouton.
That's a crouton.
You had to look that up in your computer.
Gotta look it up. So you see that, yes, she says he should be here in about an hour, I think.
Thank you so much, Pebble. Here, this is for you, for your trouble.
It falls with a little glitter. She goes, oh my God, this is so generous. I'm freaking out. And you see the little spell fades. So you guys are on the clock. Looks like Marty Flick's gonna be at Shoebies in very short order. You guys head out? You guys dip over to Shoebies, behind the garden shed, surrounded by sticks, with an old, beautiful sequined shoe in the corner that bears the namesake of the casino. It is Shoebies, a fairy-run casino, the glittering, sparkling diamond of the criminal underworld and the nightlife of the yard. Beautiful fairies dance around, butterflies drink from a martini glass, little Tamagotchi slot machines are all throughout. There is a can of Quattro Crazy in the corner that is full human-sized can, that a straw is coming out and people are being served at the bar. And you see in the corner, gambling away to his heart's content, is a skunk-drunk Marty Flick. Where do people gravitate, we'll go around the table, where do people gravitate generally? Do some people gravitate closer to Marty? Or do some people like hide and keep eyes on the space?
Where is Marty?
He's in the far back near the bar.
I think wherever Marty is, Cargo is trying to stay as far away from as possible.
Far away from Marty as possible. Where is Bean?
I mean, I don't know how into the plan Bean is yet, right? Because my instinct is like he's shadowing Marty because he's a very sneaky individual, but I don't think he knows, I don't think he's good at this. He's definitely never stolen anything before. This is just means to an end. So I think he's just kind of like looking around. This is an insane place for him to be. So he's more just like
hanging back. What about Ty?
I say I'll post up by the Tamagotchi slots, but I'm immediately like fascinated by the technology of it, and also it's a fun game. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
I think Cargo's doing a lot of babysitting of these two at this point.
Perfect, I love that. Agnes, what do you have to?
I think Agnes would go up to Marty with maybe Rick, and then maybe play a game or something.
Awesome. And what's Boomer doing?
I think Boomer would position himself at the entrance.
Cool.
Just in case some more of the Flick gang show up.
Awesome. You guys go over to top.
also, wait, can I say one more thing?
Yeah.
And I also put a little explosive under a machine I walk past.
Perfect. Blink,
my
little
God.
bomb. Amazing.
Terrorism.
Gotta do it.
Just as like a tick.
You guys walk over, and you see that Marty looks up and goes,
Well, okay, look at this. I guess we got some more friends, huh? Cool. So you can see, you guys gonna get dealed in? Can I get you something to drink? You guys want anything?
Does Marty know me?
He does not know Lieutenant Rick Diggins, or he can't. You can come up in a disguise that he knows or that he doesn't know.
I think I would probably be Rick Diggins' man about town.
Cool.
Who
Lovely.
probably would know.
You see, he goes, "Holy shit! It's this scumbag, Rick Diggins, man about town."
What a delight.
Oh, your hand is not
Sorry,
real.
yeah, it's
Okay.
not.
Yeah, man.
High two.
A high C is about the best I can do.
Okay. Well, let's play, man. Let's get into it. I'm trying to make money. Agnes, you sit down as well at the table and start playing. You see him wearing the same suit he was wearing yesterday. Boomer, you're at the door. You look outside and see approaching the door is a car, and Felix Flick and his men get out of the car and start approaching the front. At the same exact time, flying in, nodding to each other, are some of Garbanzo Buglass's thugs. At the same time, you notice some fairy security nodding to each other and point over at Marty, who's making a commotion. All three of these groups, not having any reason to notice or really inspect each other, begin to make their way towards Marty. I'm gonna need everybody here to roll initiative.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
And
That's mine.
all.
Travis just rolled with my dice.
okay, that's why it doesn't count. You roll, Griffin.
And that is all for this episode of Tiny Heist. Tune in next week for a thrilling showdown at Shuby's Casino. See you then. Dice. Guys, that's all for this chapter of Dimension 20. But wait, more full episodes call out to you from the realms beyond Dropout.tv. Will you come to their aid and sign up for your free trial today?